So we're back again, guys. I do have some shims I can use. I measured them out. I'm hoping that they're gonna work. On paper it works. When I actually start swapping out stuff and re-measure the clearances again, I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna pull the cams out, swap some shims around, put them back in, and see what happens. All over again. Actually, the exhaust side was good. I don't need to pull those. It was just the intake side that wasn't in good spec, so the exhaust side can stay where it is. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take the exhaust side out anyways because you can't put the head on the engine with the cam in anyways, so I'm just gonna pull it anyways. Okay, so I have myself a little guide chart that I took a photo of my computer, so I didn't want to bring my computer out here. So I have to start plucking out valve shims and swapping them around, and I'll follow my chart and I'll complete all that, and that's what I'll do. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm just like popping the shim out of the bucket most times when it does come out. Then I'll check the thickness. I'll match it to my chart just to make sure I got it right the first time, and then I'll find the right shim and then I'll swap it over. Because this is gonna be a really long process of popping the shim out, checking out the micrometer, double checking it, getting a new one, putting it in, and then repeat, and gotta do that a whole bunch of times. Really boring. Gonna do it. Use my poke tool. I'll come back after.
Fucking kids.
Oops, I thought I started the camera, but I lubed it all back up and I'm putting it back together now. And we're going to see if it fits, trial and error. Looks like we are doing that one's 8 thou, it's 11 thousandths. Fuck. So I have two that are messed up. I have this one that's super loose, but I don't have a shim that's small enough for that. Or I have one that's small enough, but it's too small. And then this one, which I don't know what happened there. Take it apart again, see if I can fix it some more, yay. Okay, so I don't have anything that I can make work, so I'm gonna have to order 2 more shims. Well, as you can see, I have the block out, I have it cleaned off and prepped. I'm gonna put a bit of oil on the cylinder walls, and then I'll set the head on top of it. Because I don't need those 2 shims to put the head on, and yeah, I'll get that torque down, and then we can just be one step closer when I actually get the shims. So I'm gonna get some oil on these walls, just so they're not dry when I go to start it. I have an OEM Toyota head gasket stuck between these 2 pieces of wood, so I have to get this out now. I think a knife is probably best for this job. It's a multi-layer steel OEM gasket. There's like, I don't know, a bunch of layers there. Can only go that way, so it's good. Okay, well I know from experience already that I have to drop the washers into place first or else they don't fit. Then we can hand thread the studs in, because that's how you're supposed to do it by hand. These already have been used. I'm reusing them because they are ARP. Once they reach the bottom, don't torque them into the block because then you can break the block. ARP fastener stuff for my nuts. I gotta do that for all, however many studs there are here. Too many. I'm actually gonna line my nuts upside down and I'm gonna run one big stream across all of them. Shooting ropes. So I'm gonna be at this for a while. I also need to find my torque wrench, which I don't know where I put because I misplaced it. Okay, I'm gonna do this real fast because I'm not good at time lapse. Okay, so I had to go buy a new torque wrench because I misplaced mine. But I have the torque wrench. It only goes down to 50, but I think I have to do 3 passes. Like, okay, there was a truck. I think I have to do like 25 foot-pounds and like 50 foot-pounds and 75 and then like 85 or something maybe, or 80, I'm not sure. Yeah, so this one only goes down to 50. I'm gonna have to use my smaller one to get the first increment and then I'll move on from there. 25, 55, 85. I'm gonna need an extension, unfortunately. So, one on the intake side, right in the middle. And you want to do it smooth and not like jerky, because then you'll get a wrong reading. I do have to step down because when you use a 1/2 inch drive, fuck off video, why are you? Okay, I didn't have to step down from 1/2 inch to 3/8 drive because the 1/2 inch doesn't actually fit in the circles. I have to use the thinner 3/8 one. So if I break it, I break it. There it is. 2. And then the final pass is going to be 85 foot-pounds. This is a sketchy one because it feels like you're going to snap them off. Eek. Last one. Yay. That's it. I'm not going to be able to put the cams in the engine yet because I have to order the 2 shims. I ordered them today and it's 3 to 7 day shipping. If that's how far I take this video, then peace easy. And if not, then I'm going to continue on to something else. And then I'll just edit this part out and you'll never see it. But while we're in all this engine funny business, I have this thermostat relocation clocking majiggy. And essentially what it's going to do is going to take this thermostat housing, instead of pointing it out this way, it's going to tuck it down behind the alternator and run underneath it. And that way I just have more room to run my charge piping past the alternator and past the steering rack, because my steering rack, the box sits on the right hand side instead of the left hand side. So this clocking the housing gives me more room in the engine bay. And it's a pretty common mod, so they do have a blade for it. This got loose on me last year and it was starting to short out and it melted the top of this thing. Coolant. Unless I have to take these bolts out, which I probably have to do. I gotta take the studs out. So the easiest way to take the studs out is put one nut on, another nut on. I'm gonna need a wrench for this one. And then tighten the 2 nuts together. So you're jamming them together. And then you should just be able to pull it off. It should spin them. Yeah. And then I need my 2 nuts back. Damn it. Now with our plate, we have 2 countersunk holes. And that's essentially for these smaller bolts. So they don't get in the way of the housing. They're countersunk in. Oops. God damn you. There we go. So we can fit back on. It actually fits really nicely. So I'm not sure if I have a video of this in the engine bay of how in the way it is, but this actually fits in here really nicely and it's tucked in back behind this and it's going to give me a lot more room to run a nice charge pipe. Also, while we're in here, we might as well put our engine mounts back on. They're not going to get in the way of anything. I only took them off to clean. All right, now the reason I'm taking this motor mount off is because I do have a set of solid motor mounts that I do plan on using. Courtesy of Powerhouse Racing. Called that one, didn't ya? Yeah, my decision to go solid motor mounts was more or less a brand new set of TRD stiffer mounts than the OEM ones. They're like $400. A set of solid mounts are about $200, so I'll just live with the vibration. So here's our solid mount and here's our normal mount. I'm gonna save like 2 pounds and give me better traction for the whole shot. Yeah, cool. Ow, my shoulder cracked. One step ahead, one step further. So, that's it for my engine assembly for today. I'm gonna leave you with some motivational advice now. If there's one thing you should do, it's get a camera and just start filming. Any part of anything I'm not awesome at. I might be good at a few things, but I suck at a lot of things. To get better at things, you just gotta keep doing it. If you look back on my first videos that I've actually done, like here maybe, if I post it, you can see that the quality is like way worse. My editing sucked. I was scared to talk on camera. I'm slowly getting better at things. The more I edit, the more I use Photoshop, the more I make videos, the more I know what to put in it, and the better content. So I just keep slowly getting better and better and better. So my advice to you is just if you're tinkering or doing anything, or you like to play guitar, or you like sports or whatever, just take the camera with you, film, edit when you can, upload. You don't even have to edit it, just upload it. Someone's gonna wanna watch it. So like I said, I'm not perfect at anything. I'm just your average guy. I like to tinker. I don't even know that much about cars really. I learned a lot from the internet and just experience, and all of this is just a learning experience for me. The Supra, great learning experience. The camera, the YouTube, the Photoshop, the editing programs. It's all just a learning experience for me to better my skills and learn new skills, and hopefully it brings me somewhere else in life, and who knows when I'll need it, but it's all fun to do. So yeah, just have fun with it and take your camera, film stuff, and post videos. But yeah, this is my Supra build. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. I have a big bright light here, so I look kind of funky. Powerhouse Racing.